Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Money Talks. I'm your host, Bill Barheit. As always, we have a lot to get to today, so let's get to it. Today's going to be a short, abbreviated episode of Money Talks. I'm going to focus on giving you all a sneak peek of something we're about to release at Abra. I'm looking at the calendar. It's April 28th. I think in the next 2 weeks, actually right now. The app is finished. It is simply a function of Apple approving the release on the App Store, which these days is taking for crypto apps a couple of weeks. So we're hoping to get through it quickly and painlessly, but we are looking at mid-May, even though the app is done and ready for release. Simply a function of when Apple flips the switch based upon their lengthy reviews. Okay. So a few things. I'm going to give you a quick price update, give you a quick take on the news. I am not at consensus, as you can probably guess from the background. Consensus is in Austin. No chance. Super busy right now. Wish I could be with all of my friends at consensus this year, but I couldn't do it. So I'm hearing great things as always. Lots of parties, lots of cool events, lots of great panels. Hopefully I'll get back to the conference circuit next year. This year I've definitely scaled back just given the nature and rapid pace of releases we're working on at Abra. All right, so let me share my screen here and we will get right to the charts. I was reading this article earlier, which I'll come back to in a minute, but let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum is consolidating, bounced off the highs of 2100 about 10 days ago. Last week's, it's pretty much at the same range it was in a week ago this morning. It looks super, super bullish, right? So it looks like we're consolidating for another move higher. Bitcoin, similar situation, consolidating near the highs. Looks to me like Bitcoin wants 34K. So let's say bounce off the lows here, right? So Bitcoin wants to go here. I mean, this is where it wants to go, folks. That's the trend, right? Until the trend is broken, the trend is your friend. Oop. Trading view is not my friend. There we go. So it looks like, sometime in May, I actually think the line is steeper than this. It's probably more like this. Bitcoin does want to test 34,000 in May. We shall see. But that's what it looks like to me. I'll move it over here and we'll see what happens. But it is bullish right now, no doubt about it. The macros are helping. It looks like the banking system is putting enormous strain on the economy. This is putting, backing the Fed's backs, I don't know how you say it, into a wall. That means that the money supply is going to be increasing. It means that all of the quantitative tightening that they did is basically going to be wiped out. It means more bank rescues. It means this chart here, which I've shown you many times before. This is the dollar currency index is heading lower. Looks like a bearish continuation pattern here is forming. And I think we're going to see sub 100 on the dollar index, which basically means lots of dollars flowing into the system. You had X dollars, you have a lot more than X. X is now worth less than it was before. It's pretty simple. I've explained it many times. All right, so my favorite chart still remains Ethereum. I do think Ethereum is spring loaded. The other interesting stat to note, post-merge, the amount of Ethereum being staked now exceeds the amount of Ethereum being withdrawn, which tells us logically that people no longer fear Ethereum staking out of not being able to get access to their funds. Okay. That brings up another question that I'm already seeing here a lot in the last couple of weeks, which is when is Abra going to enable withdrawals for Ethereum 2, ETH 2 within Abra Boost? And the answer is it will happen in May. We simply needed to wait for our staking node provider, which is the folks that provide the nodes that we use to stake the Ethereum that you stake within Abra Boost, to open those up for withdrawals to we could open them up for withdrawals to you. And that seems to be happening now. And so our plan is a step release to coincide with the demo I'm going to show you to hopefully enable ETH2 withdrawals. So definitely coming in May, hopefully earlier in May, based upon Apple and our node provider testing going well. Okay. So super bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. No price guarantees. I don't make investment or don't give investment advice on Money Talks, but I can tell you, for me personally, things are looking pretty bullish right now. So let's see. I did want to comment on Celsius. Abra did participate via our partnership with the Blockchain Recovery Investment Committee, with our partners Global X and Van Eck and a couple of others, along with Gemini. And in the Celsius auction, which took place a couple of days ago, and we'll see how that goes. We're very willing to help. We've made our willingness to help public pretty much for months now, and now I think people can see that we've been formally participating in the process behind the scenes, actually helping multiple parties. Abra itself is not a primary bidder. We're simply helping others who are bidding figure out how to service all of the loans that exist within the Celsius portfolio. And we remain willing to help. And we want people to get their money back. And, hopefully the courts will see through some of the unfortunate nonsense that I've seen in some of the early part of the process. And, look, I think with either Fahrenheit or blockchain, I'll be honest, I don't think the creditors are gonna go wrong. And Mike Arrington is leading the charge on the Fahrenheit, and I think Global X is leading the charge on blockchain recovery. And honestly, I think whether Abra is involved or not, I think both of those groups will ultimately do right to the extent that they can on behalf of unsecured creditors and all creditors to Celsius. So we'll see how that goes, what the court ultimately decides and what the groups ultimately decide. But I think having more options versus just the original bid or agreement is definitely an improvement for all involved. Okay, so before we exit the charts, let me see here. We'll take a quick look at Solana. Right, Solana looks like it's in an extended consolidation pattern. I suspect at some point later this year, I would not be surprised to see Solana rip significantly higher. Might get a pullback first, given how volatile Solana is, but it's got a lot of room here to take off, okay, given the huge pullback from last year and the fact that we haven't had an alt season in quite a while. All right, so very bullish on crypto right now from a price action perspective. Now, from a legal perspective, it's been a tricky year. I was reading yesterday that Coinbase responded to the SEC's allegations, which came via an infamous Wells notice that was sent to them earlier this year. A Wells notice is a notification from the SEC that they may sue you based upon certain securities law violations that they saw. We've never gotten one at Abra. I hope we never do, but everybody here in crypto has to deal with multiple regulators, and kudos to Coinbase actually for taking charge and actually trying to get out in front of this and publicly calling out the SEC for what they view as kind of regulation on the fly via enforcement actions. And let's just say that I think there's a disconnect between what's happening at the staff level and what's happening at the political management level within the SEC. So I hope they reign victorious. I hope this regulation by enforcement, kind of MO changes, and we see a brighter day for crypto in the United States. All right. What do I want to talk about today? So I want to spend the next 10 minutes or so giving you all a sneak peek of something we've been working on at Abra for a couple of years, right? I was hoping to show you the app itself in real time. As I said, we're waiting on Apple, but we will show you some demo slides today of the app. All right, so let me get right into it here. So on your screen, what you're looking at is the next release of the Abra app. Now, at the bottom of the app, what you see is, oops, sorry. Let me try that again. Yeah. What you see at the bottom of the app is a new button called Web3. What is Web3? Web3 is a new type of wallet inside your Abra account that stores multiple keys, Polygon, Arbitrum, BNB, and Ethereum to start, that gives you access to any dApp, NFT, DeFi, games, anything else you can think of that uses any of those chains. All right. It uses what's called an MPC architecture, multi-party computation. In English, all you have to understand is that this is going to make life really simple and easy for you if you want to use dApps, NFTs, DeFi, games, whatever. You're not going to have to basically deal with key management or all of the other complicated things that go along with MetaMask and some of these other insane products that the average person simply can't use. Okay. So what you see here on the screen is basically asset balance across different products, right? So I have my BNB, I have my USDC via the Binance chain, and I've got interest-bearing USDC all in one place. Pretty cool, right? So now what I can do is I can switch to different chains. I can see my transaction history across different chains, right? So I'm looking at BNB chain in this case, right? Now what I can do is I can go to any web page. In this case, I'll go to Alpaca Finance. I can go to Alpaca, which is a DeFi site, and I can actually use Wallet Connect, connect my my Abra Web3 wallet by simply taking a picture of the QR code. All of the crazy, ununderstandable, unintelligible messages from MetaMask and other wallets are mostly eliminated with this Abra Web3 model. It's super easy to use because a lot of the signing, actually all of the signing that you're seeing in this demo, are taking place on the server using this multi-party computation architecture and not on the device itself. Makes your life a lot easier. So here we support Alpaca. Here you see us, executing a transaction. All the user has to do is confirm the transaction, and all of the other complicated messages are gone. Okay, so in this particular case, the user is making a deposit into a staking application. Here we see the user using OpenSea, right, to potentially buy NFTs. So now you can use your Ethereum wallet, your BNB chain wallet, whatever you want, to go shopping and buy, sell, trade NFTs on the likes of OpenSea. Or here, here we're actually finishing a transaction to buy one NFT. I think we're paying 0.109 ETH for this NFT along with the gas. And so you press confirm, and that's it. This is by far the easiest user experience I have ever seen related to DeFi, NFTs, anything that would use normally a complicated MetaMask-like wallet now can be done directly from the Abra app without leaving the app. Got your phone with you on the go. Somebody wants to take a look at, an NFT, maybe you want to buy an NFT on the fly. Abra is now the simplest way to do it on the fly. You want to put some of your USDC into a staking app on the fly. Abra is now the simplest way to do that. We have a discovery section inside the Web3 wallet where we will promote and make available to you some of the top dApps, DeFi, NFT sites with a browser directly inside the app itself. So you don't even need to leave the Abra app. The best user experience right now is probably using Abra as the wallet with a web browser, but you don't actually have to use an external web browser if you don't want to. You can do it directly from within inside the Abra app. Super cool. So you can deposit funds from existing trading account or from outside Abra directly into your Web3 wallet, right? So you don't have to. So in other words, let's say you don't even have BNB, right? You can actually use Abra Trade to buy BNB by trading from USDC and directly move it over to your Web3 wallet without even leaving the Abra app. Okay, super cool. Yeah, and so whole bunch of stuff coming down the pipe as well. But you can see here we're actually staking ETH on Lido using again Ethereum chain, and there's a whole bunch of other DApp oriented features that you're going to see us moving inside Boost and other services to make them really accessible, really easy to use. But the key here is you're executing the transactions yourself, meaning Abra is not a financial intermediary to these transactions. So if I go back here, right, to this transaction where I'm buying an NFT, right, this is not Abra buying it on your behalf, right? This is you truly using Web3, but in a very simple, easy to use environment. Now, many of you are asking, what does this have to do with CPerks and the future of CPerks? So out of the gate, right, these features, OpenSea that I showed you, this alpaca example I showed you, we're giving all of this away, meaning we're not charging any incremental fees other than the gas fees that you have to pay directly to the network. Again, you're transacting directly in DeFi. We're giving this all away. Now, we want to learn usage patterns, how we can make this better. Our intent eventually is to use CPerks, CPRX as the gas for the fees for transactions within the Web3 MPC wallet inside the Abra app, okay? And we're working on the details for that now. You can see that here's the alpaca example again. But eventually here, you'll see your CPerks balance as well. Actually, you can move CPerks right now once this Web3 wallet launches from trade directly into Web3 and trade it immediately on Uniswap without leaving the Abra app. So let me explain that again. Any ERC20 token on the ETH chain, which includes CPerks, can simply be transferred from Abra Trade directly into the Web3 wallet, and then you simply trade it on Uniswap, right, directly from the app in exchange for USDC or Bitcoin, or or Ethereum, whatever you like. And you can withdraw that USDC, or you can use it for staking or other applications. Or let's say you want to buy more CPerks because eventually it becomes the gas for the Web3 wallets. You can buy it directly from Uniswap, directly inside the Web3 wallet without leaving the Abra app. Super cool, okay? So this is just a quick snapshot. We'll do a live demo once it's available on the App Store, and start doing some videos to show you how incredibly easy this is. But I've never seen a Web3 application as easy to use as this one. We've taken great pains to eliminate the complexity of other applications like MetaMask and Trust Wallet, et cetera, et cetera. All you do is you choose Wallet Connect from any dApp, and you type in Abra. Abra is now available in Wallet Connect, and you'll take a picture of the QR code directly from the Abra app, and you're off to the races. It's that simple, okay? So this is coming in May. It is pending approval from Apple in the App Store now, which we're guessing is probably going to take another week to 2 weeks. We don't really know in advance how long it's going to take, but we're just being realistic based upon some of the timing that we're seeing on previous releases. But we wanted to give you a demo today of what's coming because many of you have been asking about how this relates to CPRX and what's new at Abra. And so originally we were planning to release this just as an NFT feature, and we regrouped earlier this year and decided that it made way more sense to bring all of the Web3 features to you as one Web3 kind of browser/wallet experience. Okay. All right. So that's Web3 and Abra. And yeah, I hope you like what you saw. We've been working really, really hard on this. And like I said, we're really excited about it. And so, Yeah. So let's see. How am I? Oh, stop share. All right. So, like I said, a very abbreviated version of Money Talks today. We'll have a much longer show, a couple of shows coming up in the next few weeks. We're back in the swing of things, super incredibly busy right now at Abra, lots going on. If you're listening to this on the podcast, obviously you weren't able to see the demo. I strongly recommend that you go over to the YouTube video to watch and take a look at the demo screenshots. You can fast forward through the beginning of the video to do that, and you'll see how easy it is to use your favorite dApps directly from the new Abra Web3 user experience. All right. So look, it looks like we're in a thaw, right? We're in the spring for crypto. Crypto winter is ending. Seeing some really cool product innovation, not just from Abra, but some friends in other spaces. The more innovation we see now in the DeFi and NFT and gaming world, the better it's going to be for Abra, because as we see the future of Abra as decentralized, and we're pushing the boundary on bringing more and more decentralized capabilities directly to you so that you're in control. We want you to be able to generate yield on your own, take loans on your own, and eliminate financial intermediaries from the entire crypto ecosystem as much as we can, and bring you the best user experience that we can to have the on-ramps and off-ramps, as well as access to decentralized applications out in the ether. Okay. So we'll have a lot more to say about that and our strategy as it relates to decentralization. But that's it in a nutshell, and we'll get into the details in the coming weeks as the app is ready for release. Okay, so bright future for CPerks, bright future for decentralized finance, NFTs, dApps, games, and we're looking forward to bringing it to you directly from within the Abra user experience. All right, so let me know what you think. Send me some notes on Twitter. Do you like what you've seen? Any suggestions? This is going to be a multi-step process to release this in stages. We've got some new features that we're already working on for the next release this summer related to yield and DeFi and banking, all within that kind of dApp Web3 model. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. And like I said, abbreviated version of Money Talks this week. Those of you in Austin, hope you're having a great time. Those of you who couldn't make it, like me, maybe we'll all get together in Austin next year during Consensus. But like I said, super busy here working on next releases for Abra. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. Wish you all a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week on Money Talks.